I started my quest here on the Bloomcraft server by building bridges. Soon I gave myself a castle, and next up was a nether portal. But I do have a big problem. You see, right now my storage situation is a few chests up against a wall. And well, that's not ideal. So today I'm going to be adding to my castle, building a storage wing for all of my goodies to be safely stored away from the big bad of the night. And also, it's time that I finally get my wings. So, if you could leave the video a like, click subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, and without any further ado, let's get into the bloom and crafting of Bloomcraft. And to achieve this, I need to head my behind over to Islak's base. And well, I'm not entirely certain where he's located within the nether, so I'm just going to hunt around these tunnels and see what I can find. I've also brought some acacia signs with me, so that I can let people know that this is indeed my tunnel. Now this is spawn, and looking at the map, it seems that Islak is, this way. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to actually stick a sign right here, and we're going to let people know that our base is in this direction. And then right there, Mr. Casey Davis. This way. And I did all this, and I realized that there is like a sign right here telling people that we are this way. So, maybe we put Mr. Casey Davis here instead, and we get rid of that sign right there. Islak is this way. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need to stop a second. I need to stop. That needs to be that. And that needs to be... No! That's even worse. That. There we go. All is right with the world. I really hope that wasn't done intentional to remind them of some place to dig down. Otherwise, thingy. But my OCD. Oh no, there's another one. What's going on here? Like, these things need to be placed in a specific direction, look. The OCD-ness. These ones all go to a spawn that way. Scooter, PVK, Oiter, XP farm, Potato, and Islak is this way. One portal. Second portal. And this one's actually going up to the nether roof. And the third portal is down here. But I'm not sure which one leads to which base. There's blackstone here. I need blackstone. But considering that, I'm going to try the first one. Okay, spooky season. Have a candy. Corbin. Well, this isn't Islak. I would be remiss if I didn't point out the fact that there's just... Oh, we gotta go. No, don't... Oh, no. What did I do? We need to put this back as best we can. Okay. Smooth red sandstone. Block. Sign. There's damage here. We shall fix. Okay. So it's daytime. Let's fix the damage. I went back and got some blocks because I didn't have them all. And I realized that this doesn't actually go here. I believe that this goes there. And then we've got the stripped acacia logs that go here. Then we had the hopper going down here. And this sign that said sign on it was here. And sign. Done. And then we had those. I think I replaced everything. But just in case. Okay, here we are. Look. Hi. Sorry. Creeper spawn. Creeper boon. KC blade. Tried to fix damage. Sorry. I think that conveys the message. This is most definitely not Islak's farm. Is this the raid farm? Not the raid farm. Yeah, the raid farm. The Totems of Undying farm. That's the farm. I think so. I believe this was Potato. I've watched like so many videos, they're all kind of confuzzling into one. Okay, this actually looks like Islak's portal. Yep, this definitely looks like Islak's base. What does this say over here? Don't mess with me, hee. Oh yeah, okay, well. He said like the elytras were in a chest by his portal. We'll nick my firework rockets out of here. Is this the one? He said, I'm sure he said like by his portal. I don't see them in this chest. I'm assuming he meant the shulker box. Right. There was 2 for me, and he said something about a mending book, so I'm just going to borrow. You know what? I'm not going to take the mending book. We're going to get into mending very, very soon, and he's only got 2. And that's it. But, there's one thing that we want to leave as a parting gift, because I found this along my travels. And having watched the videos, I feel like I found that. It was just in a river somewhere. So that'll be my gift to Islak. Now, I do want to pay a visit to fellow Bloomcraft member Ched. His base is this way. Ched is this way. And now we go this way. Well, I just got the hot tourist destination. I've been jumping for what feels like forever. What we got here? Haunted Home. Haunted Home. Okay, Haunted lives that way. So, is Ched further this way? Hang on a minute. Wait, I spotted you. I know I spotted you. There we go. All's right in the world. I have discovered a staircase that leads to a portal. Let's see. Are we at Ched's? And judging by how amazingly beautiful this place is, and the fact that I actually recognize this building right here, I'm going to say that yes, we are at Ched's. And Ched is one heck of a builder. And I'm going to do something here that I don't normally do when I'm recording this. I'm actually just going to log out because it's the nighttime and I don't want to have a repeat of what happened elsewhere. Okay, the daytime is here. And I mentioned Ched's build a couple of episodes ago. This was it. It looks really, really good. Ched is one heck of a builder, I will say that. But we are not here to admire his builds. We could spend all day doing that. I'm actually here to leave a message for Ched. So, okay. We got a cowhead for him. We need to talk. I'm in a spot of trouble. Wondering if you could help. Thanks, Casey. Yes, I am indeed in a spot of trouble. As it came to my attention recently that the Syndicate haven't really bothered me. And it also came to my attention that I know I came into this world around here, but there's another portal. Right, another portal distraction. So, you see, the Syndicate is observing the server. They have eyes and ears, well, everywhere. But I've noticed that neither me or Ched seem to be under surveillance. And I've got to ask myself the question, why is that? You see, I know from personal experience that being under surveillance doesn't mean that you're associated with them. But if I want to track down who they are, I need to start with someone who isn't under surveillance either. And I need to find out if maybe, just maybe, he knows anything that could lead me in the direction of the Syndicate. You see, we've both clearly done something that means we aren't worthy of being surveilled. But the question is, what was that? I need to find out what we have in common, why we have been left alone, and what that truly means. I also need to try and figure out where my home base is. I'm going in the right direction. What is it about every time I walk these tunnels alone, there's always a skeleton in full gold armor just waiting to give me a bad day? Did I get some pieces of armor there? No. I have completed subspace bubble? I've never heard of that one before. Oh, there we go. Look, use the nether to travel 7 kilometers in the overworld. That was an easy one. What is fantastic is being able to fly thanks to Islak. I greatly appreciate the elytra, and I truly owe you one. Now that the shenanigans are out of the way, we can actually focus on what I want to do in this episode. Which is, I want to transform this part of the base into its own storage wing. Because we have this, grand entrance into the kingdom. But we don't really have it going anywhere. We've still got grass on the inside here. I mean, we've got the acacia planks down here, but this just open, open, open. And I think we need to decide what we're going to do with that. But first, I need to deal with this crap. The efficiency for only pickaxes cannot be allowed to continue. Fortune 2. I mean, I'll take it. It's not the best in the world, but I suppose... yeah, I suppose it ain't the end of the world. So when it comes to the storage wing, I want to be able to go in through here and have chests both sides going all the way down here and into the castle itself. Now this does mean that I have to sort of reshape this side just a tad. There's a few blocks here that needs to go and some area around the base that needs to be cleared out. But I ain't going to worry too much about that just now because I need to gather a whole lot of resources. But secondly, I'm at level 30 again, and Fortune 2, Efficiency 4. So I can combine these two now. Casey's Fortune. There we go. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, and Fortune 3. Good. Right. Now, it's off to gather a bunch of deep slate. What timing? I'm just here about to go and do some mining, and as I typically do when I'm doing these long tasks that involve, you know, a lot of mediocre work, I like to put on another member of the Bloomcraft server. And I'm just watching the Mossy Stump video by Freebie, and he logs on. What timing? Oddly enough, grabbing the stacks that I needed didn't take as long as I was anticipating it. I also managed to find myself 40 diamonds. I mean, look at that. I found more diamonds than I did iron and gold. That's insane. Well, the deep slate was easy, but the tough is slightly more difficult. It just spawns in smaller chunks. Yet in the time it took Freebie to construct his bee farm, I managed to get all the tuff that I needed. Didn't take too long at all. So far, this is the resources gathered. In the next one is diorite. And let's be honest, this ain't that difficult to get. But one of the big reasons why I came into the cave and not the mine to get the diorite is because I need glass, and for glass I need coal to smelt it down, so just find a bit of coal. And I managed to find nearly 4 stacks before I ran out of torches, so it's time to go back to the surface. And using my method of digging a staircase straight up, I found more coal. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure it was Scooter's base that I went to earlier on. He's now logged on. Vamoose time, I think. Where's the disconnect button? Ah, there it is. So either he's none the wiser, or I've got my bases muddled up because he hasn't said anything in the chat. Oh no, he just made the advancement voluntary exile. This could be bad. Is it done with it? Oh, kill a raid captain. Oh, he had a raid captain there as well. That wasn't there when I was there. Oh no, he said violence. Oh no, it was Freebie who said violence. Slay the captain. Okay. It wasn't Scooter's base. I've just gone ahead and caught up on his most recent video. Yeah, nope. I don't think it's his base. That's the sand smelting up for the purple glass. Now I just need a casey of wood. I do just want to break away from it for a moment to go and find an enderman so that I can get an ender pearl and an ender chest. But somebody decided they wanted to sleep. To be fair, we have a setting that says, you know, don't sleep. And I haven't ticked it, so not their fault. Not their fault. Mine for not taking it. But I was just going to try and grab an enderman anyway when the chance arises. It's not something I'm going out of my way for at the moment. I'll get an ender pearl at some point. I heard an enderman. It's like, vroom. The enderman was somewhere. I heard him. I think he's gone away from us. Is it over there? I heard him teleport, but it seems like he may have gone further away than I would have hoped. Right. Back to crafting up all the acacia stuff. Actually, no. I did all the acacia stuff. Now, I need to put this stuff away and head down to the amethyst geode and get some of those. Yeah, and it didn't take long to grab the amethyst. There's still a lot of this stuff left, but since, you know, you combine these with fortune, get a bunch, and then craft a bunch, it makes it so much easier, which is exactly why I'm leaving the budding amethyst and trying to leave as much of it exposed as possible. Now all I need to do is get the blackstone from the nether. This is going to be fun. I remembered there was a basalt delta along the iceboat path, so I'm just going to peek in here. I think I need like 2 stacks. Yeah, and we'll patch that right back up. I have a guard. I have 2 guards. They ain't going to be happy about these guys on the iceboat. I need to get this buttoned up to an iceboat path ASAP. That'll be a project, though, I think, for a stream. And now I have every single thing that I'm going to need to construct this. I just need to clear out some of the area. With the area cleared, it's time for construction to begin.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline.
And just like that, it is finished. We've got it here. It fits with the aesthetics of the castle itself, or rather the kind of, it was a castle, but now it's more like the gatehouse that leads into the kingdom. And I've got kind of the idea for the base. So we're going to build a huge, like, castle city, if you will, all enclosed by huge walls going all the way around it. And I'm thinking, like, our base is going to go off into this side and then into here. I do want an auto smelter in the near future. There you go, pop a good one. So we might do that, like, off of one of these walls or something. Haven't quite decided just yet on that future. But what I do know is this is finished. The storage room is, well, it's almost finished. I've got to go ahead and put in the chests. We've got crystals, and I tried something unique when it came to this roof over here. If we can just get into the air. Go, remember, I can actually fly. When it came to this, I tried something very different with this tower. I wanted it to look like a scepter. Like what a wizard or a king would have, I suppose. And I feel like it does. I did contemplate doing the diorite walls, which obviously I did do. I didn't realize I'd put those in. I thought about that, but I didn't realize I'd actually done it. But I have done. So we've got the scepter, we've got the crystals, we've got the amethyst. I kind of want to bring some purple into the base as well, as we sort of move further forward to it. We've got the crystals that'll be powering the base. I've talked about this on a stream where I want crystals to be like a power source within the base. So I want to make sure that we've got some of those sort of all around the place. Different styles, different shades, different sizes, that kind of stuff. But these two are over the storage hall for right now. But if you haven't noticed, there's kind of one glaring problem with the storage room. It's missing a bunch of chests. So I went out and I got so much jungle wood that I'm hoping we get enough chests here to be able to fill this up. If not, I'll head back out to the jungle. Yeah, and the answer to that question was it wasn't even enough for half of the area. Like, I've got single chests in all of these places, but not in these places. And these need to be double, so I think I'm going to need about maybe 6 or 7 stacks of jungle wood. Yeah, one trip later, we finally got all of the chests in place. And so now all I need to do is get every chest item framed. Well, it took a lot more sticks than I actually had, but I finally did get them all item framed up. But I need to get moved in, and I'm going to take care of that in just a moment. But I want to take a moment to apologize if the time lapse of this wasn't up to par. I had some problems with the replay mod that just meant every single time I tried to set any sort of entity or key marker within the program, it just came up loading entity position. It would start at 0%, it would go all the way to 100%, and then it would just stay there. Yeah, I left it for quite some time, and it would just still remain there no matter what I did. Tried a couple of online fixes, but they aren't relevant anymore, as there doesn't seem to be an entity location within the folder anymore. So I asked the other Bloomcraft members if they had experienced this issue. And the moment that I asked that question, literally I typed that in the chat, I pressed send, and then it loaded in. It went past 100%. And it had only been on 100% at this point for like maybe 15 seconds. It was like my 10th or 11th try at setting it, because there was nothing you could do. Once it set, it would just completely freeze the program up, or rather, it wouldn't freeze the program, but it just wouldn't let you click anything. But then all of a sudden, it started to work. But it was really, really glitchy every time I was trying to do anything, like I said, a keyframe and whatnot. It was just being a nightmare. I think there was something wrong with the actual replay footage itself when I saved it. So I had to render it as it was, so at least I had something, but we've got it now. So now I can finally get rid of all of this crap that's just been kind of gathering in the corner, and we can actually feel like we're living here. And I'm going to keep this quite simple. I'm going to put a smoker down there, and I'm also going to throw the furnace wherever that's gone. I did have it in my inventory there. Down this side, so I've got access to them at sort of like the crafting section here. Well, it's taken a little bit of time, but I finally managed to clear out the chest monster that was out back. It's all nice and lovely now, apart from the composter, which I'll deal with that later because I'm still going to be using that machine, and I don't really want to put it in here. It doesn't fit the aesthetics of in here. But at least now we are living inside of our base, not outside of it. There's still a lot of work to do on the base, and I'm thinking some trees out here would look really nice. Even though it's a future project, I think like we could have like maybe a tree here, like a really nice tree here, and then we could do the symmetrical thing on this side. Although I'm not 100% certain on that one yet. No, I don't know. We might do something else over there, asymmetrical. Either way, it's nice to be organized at last with all of our chests here. I want to put something across the top here, like some stairs to hide the bits behind. I just haven't figured out which stairs. I want to do like an accent color. But again, that's a future problem. Right now, I think it's time to bring the episode to a close. So that is going to do it. We finally have storage within our base. Our city is starting to expand. I want to get a lot more houses added to it. I also want to get an auto smart added in the near future. But baby steps. I'm also thinking of maybe a stream later on this week where we finally get our gear sorted out, because right now I'm running around with mixed matched gear. It's not got the enchants on it that I want. And I believe that there is like a villager breeder near the iron farm that I can use, so we should be able to do that. But as always, if you haven't checked out the other Bloomcraft members, then please do so. Some of them are doing some really amazing builds, and the other ones are doing some really entertaining stuff. It's a really good mix match of the pair, so you should go and watch them. I've just watched PVK's little saloon village that he's done. He's just added a church to it. It looks really, really good. And I try and point out at least one member's video in every video that I do, so you guys can go ahead and check out at least somebody and get an idea of what they're doing. The bases on this server are amazing. Some of them are really creative. They're really good. So I do advise you to check out all the other members. They are linked down below. But that is it for me, guys. As always, I'm Casey. You are the awesome folks, and today I have given you the best of me.